Okay, welcome to another video. I am the Starman, and firstly I'd like to welcome all my new subscribers. I know I've had quite a few new subscribers come on board in the last couple of weeks, so thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Obviously this channel is dedicated to astronomy photography, Milky Way, star trails, anything to do with the night sky, moon rises, all that sort of thing. That's the sort of thing I do, and I do my best to show how I take these pictures. I think it's going to be clear later on, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a star trail photograph, and I'm also going to take you through the planning of the photograph, the way I set it up, the way I pick the subject, and also I'll be coming back here and I'll be loading them onto the computer, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a series of photographs and then we're going to use a program on here that will stack them all together to make it into a nice star trail picture. Now I think that star trails are a really great way to get into this sort of thing, you know, because they just get you out there. It's great fun. You point your camera up to the sky. You don't need anything really expensive. A normal camera with a kit lens on it. You don't need one of these super fast expensive lenses or anything like that to do star trails, and you don't even need to be anywhere dark either. So you can take pictures like these. So if those kind of pictures appeal to you, as you can see, there's quite a range of different kind of star trails that you can do, as you see there in my photographs, and I'll be doing some more videos on how to sort of evolve a little bit from a simple star trail and try to take something that's a bit more kind of, you know, a bit more advanced. So hopefully I'll be doing that in the new year. But for now, I'm going to go out, I'm going to wait for it to get dark, and hopefully it'll clear, the skies will clear. That'll be nice. And let's see if I can get this star trail. Right, so I'm now in the car, and it's cleared up nicely outside, which is good, and I'm now going to drive to the location for this star trail, and it's pretty unique. You're really going to want to see this, so let's go.
Your attention, please.
Right, well, as you can see, I'm in the middle of town. Well, what the heck am I doing in the middle of town to do a star trail? Because it's going to be a bit difficult with all these lights. But anyway, I think you're really going to like this, and it's a bit of a challenge actually, but I think this is going to be pretty good. Right, okay, it's now time to head to my location, which is actually on the beach. I must be absolutely mental, me, because the subject I've chosen for my star trail is this. Can you guess what it is? It's Blackpool Tower. So this is going to be a real challenge. Something a bit different. Lots of light around, which isn't great, you know, but star trails are all about having a bit of fun and experimenting, and this is going to be a really unique subject to try, because if you do an image search for stars over Blackpool Tower, I don't think you're going to find any. Well, if you do, they'll be mine, because I'm the only one crazy enough to do it. Now, north is somewhere over here, So I'm looking at the tower now from the sort of southwest. So I expect to get, I expect to get sort of semicircles like this, something like that sort of thing, around the side of the tower. So we'll see. And what I'll do now is I'll set the camera up. I'll take some test exposures and we'll see how it looks. I've just taken a test picture. Wish that thing would stay on. As you can see there, it's fairly similar to the other one. Settings are the same. If you have a look at the settings, I'll just show you the settings. 30 seconds, f4, the ISO is 100, and that gets me that picture there. And if I zoom in, you might just be able to see some stars. Let's have a look. There are some, look, there's some stars there, look. So this will be interesting, and it's very bright in some areas, I know, but this is what I'm going to go with. Okay, so this is what I'm using to fire the shutter. I'm using this intervalometer here, and all I've done is I've, if you can see here, I've locked the button down. That's all I've done. I've just locked the button down so that the camera will fire away. I have the camera set to drive mode, continuous drive mode. So by locking the shutter down on this remote intervalometer, it means it will keep taking pictures as long as I want it to, and then I'll stop it after about an hour or so. So I have to sort of wait for about an hour while my camera takes this star trail. Now, one of the things about taking star trails is that once you've set your camera up, what are you supposed to do then for however long? I suppose it depends how long you're doing it for, really. You could be doing one all night, and I suppose you could go to sleep, but I'm going to have to just pace around the beach to try and keep warm, because it's actually not too bad. Actually, it's fairly mild. There's no wind. I can hear the sea. The sea is very loud. The sea is way out. The tide's way out. So it's just a case of well, walking around to try and keep warm, really. To be honest, the conditions aren't really that great. I can actually see stars all over the sky, but the problem is there's a very thin slither of cloud that's coming across. That's going to cause contrast issues. What that's going to do is it's going to brighten the sky up, because all the light pollution is going to reflect off that thin cloud, and it's going to take away the contrast from the shot. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the camera off and take it back, get them all uploaded into the computer, and let's see how we do with these. Okay, so I'm now back home after my little jaunt on the beach there to capture the star trails over Blackpool Tower. Slight problem as well, because when I uploaded the photographs, which I have done already, as you can see here, these are all the individual frames that I took, I noticed that by about the 75th frame out of 120, which is 1 hour, I must have knocked the tripod. When I tried to stack them, I got like a double image, so what I ended up doing was binning all those later frames, and I've got 75 frames that I've uploaded now into Lightroom. So now I'm going to show you how I process these and get them ready for stacking, and then we'll put them into the stacking program and put them all together and see what we end up with. Right, okay, so I've now got all the images imported into Lightroom, as you can see, and they look pretty good actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this very, very quickly, because this could take a while. I can spend a long time doing processing, but I really don't want to do that in this video. So I'm going to go through some very quick procedures that you can do to improve your pictures. So let's start off by looking at the first frame, and this one. And you can see there that it doesn't look too bad actually. I mean, it's a little bit overexposed down at the bottom where the building is. The highlights are a little bit blown out, but you can see there's a few stars up there, you know. And now I'm going to come up here to see if I can sort out this brightness at the bottom here. So what I'm going to do, this is Lightroom by the way, I'm going to pull up a graduated filter up to somewhere like there, say. Drag that up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the highlights down a little bit, maybe just pull the exposure down a bit there, and you can see that that's kind of pulling that back in there now, and we've brought those highlights back. Click done. I'll pull another filter down from the top. I'm going to hold down the shift key as well to keep it straight. I'm going to pull that down a bit. Just drag this up a little bit here. And what I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to add clarity to this now. This should make the stars just pop out a little bit. Let's see. And I'm also going to use the dehaze feature. This is very good. That's going to get rid of quite a bit of that misty kind of cloud that we've got going on up there. There was all sorts of things going on. Lights everywhere, flare. It's a bit of a nightmare, but then you can see there now that this is really working. I'm just going to pull this down a little bit so that it works down there. Click done. And now can you see the purple heart on the tower there? I think that looks just a little bit overblown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into colours, and then I'm going to go into luminance, and I'm going to pull down the purple and magenta a little bit just to sort of bring that back a little bit. So it's not, there you go, something like that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press sync, and that will sync all of those pictures. I'll click all, check all these, synchronize, and that will now put all those settings onto each frame that I took. I think that looks pretty good now, and that's now ready for stacking. So now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to import these into star stacks to stack all the pictures together, and let's see what we get. Right, okay, we're now in star stacks, and this is the final procedure towards getting our star trail. Star stacks is a free program for PC and Mac, and it's really, really good. I'm actually lucky to have it on Mac because there aren't that many Astro programs available for the Mac. Yeah, this is free, perfectly free. And this is what you use to put your frames together to build up those star trails. And this is really the best bit. I just love this bit because you get to see all that effort going to get the pictures, and then this is where they all get put together and you get that final result of the star trail. So this is going to be really good, this. So I've already imported the frames. They're here on the left hand side. I've got 75 altogether. And now I'm not going to bother with any of these options over here. There's options you can use. I'm not going to go into any of that now. All I'm going to do is click this button here, which means stack, and in a few seconds we'll have a star trail. So let's click this button and see what happens. Okay, brilliant. Look at this. Now then, how about that? Hey, look at that. This is the final result of 75 frames, 30 seconds, ISO 100, f4 star trails over Blackpool Tower. All kinds of light pollution, all kinds of flare, so many problems. Clouds, and look at that. Do you think that's pretty good? I think that's pretty good. So anyway, I'm going to show that picture in full at the end of the video. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'll be doing quite a few more on this sort of thing and others. And don't forget to subscribe as well, because I'll be doing many more of these type of videos and showing you how I do these pictures of the night, Milky Way, all that sort of thing. And if there's a bell icon, I think there's a bell icon, tick the bell icon as well so you know when I've uploaded a video. And I will see you again next time. But for now, I'll leave you with my Blackpool Tower star trail. See you next time.